All right, and I believe we are live. Hey, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
And look who I've got with me. It's got Jason again from Discover Your Light. So, hi, Jason.
Hi, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's
Good,
great.
good, good.
All right, it's great to finally get you on here again. So, we, um, we missed having you. So, I'm
Well,
glad
thank
you're
you.
back.
It's been an eventful few weeks, so
Yeah, definitely.
everything's settled down. So should be good from now on.
Awesome. Good. Good, good, good. So, I'm going to be going over and say hi to people like I normally do, and we'll do that. And then I want to ask Jason some questions just because some people in the audience might not know who he is, what he does, because what he does is beyond spectacular in my mind. So I want everybody to know what he does. And so let's say hi to a few people and see who is here. That Jackie Jacaranda is here. Hey, Jackie. And Viviani. Hey, Viviani. And Wendy is here. Hey, Wendy. And Michaela. Hi, Michaela. And Mystical Natalie is here. And I don't want to skip anybody. Let me see. Hey, Nancy. Nancy is here. And scrolling, scrolling. Did I say Wendy? Hey, Wendy. I think I might have said Wendy already. I lose track. Hey, Noor. Welcome. And Christy's here. I know Christy's pretty new, so yeah, we've got some new people in the audience that might not know Jason will. Marilla, hey Marilla, and look who's here, Lisa Foster, over from Jason's channel. Thank you for being here. And that's where we're at right now. So Wendy said I'm squirreling already. I'm not trying not to, Wendy. I must have said her name twice. Probably did. But, okay, so glad to have everybody here. What we're going to do is I just want to give the floor to Jason and let him tell us what he does. And, you'll start any way you want to, if you're with your channel or your practice, whichever one.
um, all right. I am Jason Tempinski. I am a many things. For a while, for a couple of years, or actually about 3 or 4 years, I've been doing QHHT, which is quantum healing hypnosis. Developed by Dolores Cannon. So I've been doing that for, like I said, about 3 to 5 years. And it's a really powerful form of hypnosis. I love doing it. It goes deeply into your spiritual team, your spiritual self, your higher self, can give guidance. Also, lifetimes, seeing past lifetimes, which are basically ways to help you heal. The physical healing is also a big part of it as well. That can be really, really miraculous. So that's what I do in person, and then I also um, do some spiritual coaching, and I'm actually jumping right in, and I've embraced my abilities. So I've started offering psychic and mediumship readings, which is super exciting, and I'm excited to see how that goes. And that's about it. My website's Discover Your Light. So please subscribe if you haven't, and have a lot of interesting content about everything from the Schumann resonance that's going on, and Earth shift and everything else. And I've been being a guest on a lot of shows, so that would be great. And I think that's it in 3 minutes or less.
That's awesome. So the psychic mediumship readings, how is that different than what you normally would do?
The funny thing, it's been an evolution. I've had abilities all of my life. My family has, and I guess I haven't really tapped into that too much throughout my life. But then after doing the QHHT and communicating with spirit teams and spirit guides, I know we all have abilities, and then I've learned more about myself and my abilities, that I can see lifetimes when clients are going to lifetimes, and um, also pick up on a lot of things about family. And it seems like the main thing that I'm able to pick up on is people's spirit teams and also their higher self. So it's been an evolution. So it's great. I'm really excited to be able to do it. So it's different in that I can do it online,
Right.
and no hypnosis required.
Right.
So that's a bonus.
Now, we saw in there in the email that you sent the new things that you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing Akashic readings. Can you tell us a little bit about that? That sounds.
Yeah, that's been another evolution. 6 years ago, I wouldn't have known what the Akashic records were, and then it seems to keep popping up for me. And I've been studying it for, reading and studying it, and practicing with myself and others that I know for the past year or so. And the really exciting part of it is it's almost like a different form of QHHT, in that I'm communicating directly or getting information directly from higher self spirit teams and things like that, able to tap into lifetimes that can help a person. So I had no idea until I really started diving into it that it's very similar, and the client doesn't have to go into hypnosis. So
Right.
I haven't started doing that yet. I thought I don't want to overwhelm myself, so I'm starting with the the basics, and then I'll start doing the Akashic work too.
Okay, so I got a little joke for you, but yeah, don't take the wrong way. So we saw on there that you had psychic soul body wellness sessions. Jackie said she thought that sounded a little kinky, and just a joke, just kidding. She did say that though. Can you explain a little bit what that is going to be like?
Kinky?
It's just Jackie, yeah.
No, the psychic full body wellness sessions are I developed from my experience as a practitioner. So, like I said, a big part of the sessions is asking for healing from spirit teams. The physical things that we manifest in our bodies are essentially messages from our spirit team. In the bigger scheme of things, we're supposed to be 100% healthy all the time. Granted, there's things like environmental pollution and toxic things that we put into our bodies, but chronic illness, chronic physical symptoms, chronic disease, aches and pains are just messages from your spirit team. And the amazing thing is that once you know what's causing it and how to move forward in your life in a way that's more in line with your path and your plan and your purpose, those things begin to heal on their own. So the psychic soul body wellness sessions, again, is no hypnosis required, and it's where I work with you in terms of any type of physical ailments and trying to understand what your body, your spirit team's trying to tell you. And it's also been powerful in what I do, because it's not just about my knowledge, but also my ability to kind of tap in kind of in an intuitive way. So that's another aspect. It's more physical if you have physical symptoms and physical ailments. Nothing kinky.
Like I said, just a joke there. I had to. So I also wanted to get in there. I forgot that if anybody's watching on replay, hello, and please subscribe. Jason's information is all down below. I put it down there, his channel, and please go and subscribe to his channel. And make sure you put the notification bell. You're going to start doing live soon, or have you already started doing your own?
That's evolving. I've been being guests more so lately, and I love doing that. I love collaborating. So yeah, I'll definitely be live more often as time goes.
Have you had Kevin on yet? Kevin's Loving Vibrations, or is that
Uh,
coming up?
He's coming up in second week of July. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I also have some others. Kim from Intuitive View are going to do a show, and who else?
Right.
Linda G. And
do have Linda G lined
yes,
up.
yeah. So that's
Awesome.
in the works. And then Kevin and I are or Kevin Lewis and I, he's going to be on most definitely, and we're going to be doing a workshop on it's an online hypnosis workshop with working with your inner child, and then he's going to tap into well, actually, we're both going to tap into kind of working with what comes through hypnosis and everything else. So it's the last workshop we did was really great. So this will be the end of July too. So July's going to be busy.
Definitely get ready for your subscribers to go way up when you have them. We were talking about the Linda G effect earlier. It is a real thing.
I believe it. I've witnessed it.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys are lurking as well and wonder why you can't join, just you do need to be subscribed for at least 5 minutes, and then you can join on mine. I think you can go right on to Jason's, possibly. I don't know if you do the 5 minute subscriber thing, but yeah. So there is that. Yeah, everybody's saying Linda G is amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Emerald Buddha, welcome. Good to see you and all the people that flashed up there. It's great to see you guys as well. And yeah, I think that's the main questions I had was about that. So, anything else that you wanted to mention about your channel or anything coming up?
It's just the collaborations right now, and then starting to do readings. So I think I have enough to juggle right now.
Gotcha. Yeah. That was a lot of info, so thank you.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm kind of realizing now, what did I do now?
I did that too. I had all these collaborations at once, a little bit after I started reading. And I'm like, I think I need to slow down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Breathe on the weekends a little bit. So
yeah.
I say that, and now I have 2 lives today and 2 tomorrow. So I mean, it's addictive, isn't it? It's fun. Yeah. All right, so we can go ahead and get into the readings. And Jason, are you good with whatever type of readings? We won't do political or legal or medical, please, or third party, just because those are kind of out of at least my wheelhouse. So we'll stick to those if you would. And if you guys want to put your questions in, you can go ahead and do that. Please make sure you put it in caps and emojis so that I can see it and I can star you guys. So feel free to start whenever. And everybody's saying how they're going to support you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, a lot of others want to support you. And Sonia said that we will all support Jason. So that's awesome. And I will too, and Jackie will too. So
yes, I mean the community is great. So I feel very lucky to be part of it. So.
Right. Yeah, me too. Same way. And that's the community did that for me when I came in. I couldn't believe how supportive they were, So yeah, it's for me to do the same to others. So all right. So Wendy, I got your question. Jeannie, I got your question. Emerald Buddha, I got your question. Viviani, Morella, Garnett, and Scorpio Mama. Okay. And Beck, got you. And Aurora. You're welcome, Morella. And hey, Ocean, welcome. Ocean Garnet is here. All right. General reading for Michaela. Let's see if we get some more. Hello, Evelyn from Jason's channel. Welcome. good to have you. We'll put you on the list as well. And is there anybody that I missed? I think we've got 11 questions, so that'll probably take us um, at least into the next hour, I would say. So, anybody else speak now or wait till later? We may be able to add you. All right. So, we will go ahead and start with the questions. I do go in random order. If you do want to go first, you may do so. Just look in the link down below. My PayPal is there, and the Amazon wish list. I just go by the honor system. So if you guys decide to do that, I will push you as close as I can to the front. Okay, so just let one of the moderators or myself know, and we will do that for you. And I think I've said everything. So I think we just need to jump into the questions. So let's go to Jeannie here first. This is Miss Moonlight. Any insight into who my spirit guides are? All right. Christy, I got your question. I'm looking for a specific deck, so if you want to go first, Jason, if you have anything, just feel free.
My initial instinct is to say that I feel like you do have a lot of nature type oriented spirit guides. I have the sense that I have the sense that you spend a lot more time in nature. So I would think that that's kind of inevitable that would happen for you. Typically, we do have guides that we have one guide that sticks with us for our entire life, but then the guides come and go according to our life path, what we need assistance with, and who and what we surround ourselves with. So that would be my first instinct. Ancient oak spirit. I don't know if necessarily a tree would be a guide in a sense, but I think that it is a kind of an energy that possibly is with you now, that has to do with obviously the card set strength, but developing a sense of grounding and I don't know, trust in yourself and trust in your path. As far as particular ones, I'm not 100% clear in terms of that, but I don't know if Scott is prepared.
Yeah, there's a couple of cards coming up. I've got the Keepers of the Light, and this is particular. Let me change and get in the hot seat here. All right, so this is the Keepers of the Light Oracle by Kyle Gray, and this is a really great one for guides and masters. And there's a couple of cards that want to come out with Smooth Light, so I haven't even looked at them yet. But these three I want to look at for you, and I think you might have a close connection with them and try to maybe learn more about them. So these are not angels; these are actually masters, guides, gatekeepers. All right, so I got El Moria. I hope I said that right. El Moira. I can't say that, but LMORYA, and it says awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. So this is a lot like the Archangel Michael. It's making me feel like it's the cloak there, the being surrounded by the protection, so you're definitely protected by your guides. You got the Miriam all these ones that I'm not sure if I'm saying correctly, but this says sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. And I know you do this anyways, Jeannie. But this is just a great reminder, to to forgive, because that actually heals us when we're able to do that. So I've got one more here. Beautiful Lady Nada, Heart Awakening. So I got that for you. And it says, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. So it makes me think of the Justice card, right? And just having that balance in your life, the good karma that comes around. Listen to the cool Taylor Swift song, the new one about karma. Watch the video, it's awesome. But Miss Moonlight, that's what I got for you. I think you're just surrounded by, guys who are protecting you, want you to know how special you are, and that the the way that they're protecting you is the way that you can help other people, because you can help other people to know that they're protected as well. So that's what I'm getting. So that's what I got for you.
I also, I guess part of what I'm getting also is that I saw that you said that you feel like you might be blocking them or something. I feel like the nature, getting out in nature is a message for you to do that, in terms of just being able to ground and opening up yourself, opening your heart, like the card that Scott had. What was the other goal? And sometimes I've learned, not from my practices in QHHT, is that sometimes spirit guides, they don't make themselves known until the time is right for you. So I've seen people who are really, really focused on getting in touch with their guides or understanding who they are, or feel like they're not connected. And it's been revealed to me that sometimes it's not the right time that they'll make their presence known. It's a kind of a two-way street in terms of being open to them, but also it being the time for you to connect with them and have more knowledge about who they are.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Very cool. Okay, I hope that resonated, Jeannie. Thank you so much for being here. Question. And let me go ahead. I did get the other three, Jackie. Thumbs up for you there. Let me take this one down, and we'll go to Emerald Buddha. Emerald Buddha wants to know a message from the spirit guides. All right. Forgive my squeaky chair, guys. If you hear it, it's not Jason doing anything. It's my it's like right there. Yeah, the squeaky chair is falling apart. So if I fall off, Jason, that actually one of the arms. This is a brand new chair too. It's like less than a year old. One of the arms fell off in the middle of one of my lives, and I actually crashed down. And I was with Sheila, Inquisitive Tarot.
Yeah.
That actually happened.
Wow.
So, man, you can do awesome. If I can do that and jump back from it, you're going to be good.
Yeah, it was like the time that your cat attacked your speakers or something.
Yeah, the cat's done all kinds of interesting things. So, yeah.
So my sense that you, Emerald Buddha, is that you've had actually a really good period of time right now, you've been in amongst a kind of a time of where you're moving forward and things are happening for you, and then that's kind of validated through this card with just the thriving aspect. In one area of your life, possibly, or just all around, whether it be career and personal life. I think the message is that to tread thoughtfully, meaning that sometimes we forget to give gratitude for what we've received and what was happening for us. I think we focus too much on when things are not going well for us rather than when they're going right. So that seems to be the overwhelming message for you right now, just to, be grateful for what's come to you. And this could also relate to wolf spirit and family. I think that this is also sometimes when things are going so well for us, sometimes we forget to see what's in front of us, and spend time with those who are close to us, especially if this is like career oriented and things like that. So I feel like there's just that kind of nudge to say to slow down a bit, and take your family and friends and loved ones a little bit closer to you, because they're ultimately your foundation and rock and support.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. All right. So let me get back to the question here and put Emerald Buddha up. All right. So Emerald Buddha, I got a couple cards for you. I think your messages from your spirit guides. I got practice tenderness. And I'm hearing practice this to yourself first. So be tender with yourself, gentle, kind, and take care of you. Do something that you want to do. And then move forward. So keep going. That's your ships coming out, for you and going out for you. This is a lot like the Three of Wands, right? So move forward with clarity, and I think that your plans that you have are on the right track. I think that you are on the right track. However, I did pull another interesting card. I pulled Seek Counsel. Okay, so if on this journey that you're on, there may be a time when you do need to seek the counsel of other people who are like-minded, or to go to someone like Jason, who is a therapist, and there's nothing wrong with that. And this can also be seeking counsel um, with someone that is just your peer, one of your peers, and just going to them and saying, hey, look, I've got this going on, I need to talk to somebody. It's okay not to bottle up stuff all the time. So I think that's the message that wanted to come out, is just to keep moving forward, treat yourself with kindness and tenderness, and don't be afraid to share with those who you trust. Okay, so that's what I got for you. All right. We'll take that down. Thank you for being here, Emerald Buddha. I appreciate you. And I just wanted to say real quick, Jeannie, thank you so much. I got the karma cards right over here. I haven't opened them yet because I want to do a walkthrough. I might do that tomorrow. So I'm going to try not to open them. But thank you so much for doing that for me. I appreciate it. All right, so let's take this down. And we'll go to Wendy. And we got Do My Guides Have a Message for Me?
Is that Wendy number 1 or Wendy number 2?
There's actually 2 different Wendy's that come in.
Oh, there is there? Oh, I thought you were.
I got what you were saying. Miss Moonlight, actually, Linda G is going on to Jason's channel, I believe. Is that right, Jason?
Yes, the date is still. It's probably it's going to be in July, but I know she's a little bit busier than I am, so to be determined.
Right, definitely. Well, I know you'll do great, so. So, Wendy, I've got that your guys definitely do have a message for you that um, you are in control of your life. It looks like you're on the right track right now, and I'm feeling contentment um, and a little bit of restlessness as well. But that's okay. Just honor your emotions and your feelings because that's okay to feel that. And then you've got the God of Swords, which is the King of Swords in this deck. So just clarity, right? Being clear on what you want, manifesting that. And then I got the wake up call card, which is the judgment card. And this is kind of for your life purpose. And I feel like the clarity and the taking charge of your life and all that is so that you can fulfill your life purpose. And as I said before, a lot of times I think it's our life purpose as empaths to help one another and to help other people, but that might not be your life purpose. You might have another one, but I think to find it and to hold on to it and to nurture it is what the message I'm getting for you is. Right, so that's what I got.
Right off the bat, I got. I'm wondering if you have like a sacred space, a place that you can retreat to. Sounds like Scott was suggesting that you're an empath, and I do know that self-care is really, really essential and important. And as one myself, I know that sometimes you forget to do that, and it can. I mean, you're giving away more, or you're taking in more energy than you can hold. So, I don't know whether you have. I don't know. I feel like gardening. I don't know if that resonates with you. But the Mystic Meadow. Again, this feels like surrounding yourself with nature, and creating that sacred space for yourself. The self-care is really important. It's okay to have fun sometimes, and I say that almost every show, I think. But our spirit teams are always stressing with us that we take life too seriously. So this probably is an important time for you to do that. And I think this just reaffirms that, again, the narrow pathway. I have a feeling this is going to be the theme of today, because it's the same exact card as the last one. So just being mindful as you move forward. And also, I think, again, Scott was on with the suggestions about the empath of just cultivating it, but being aware of how much you can do, and it's okay not to pick up on everyone else's problems and spend time in your sanctuary, so to speak. And the last one, the voyage. Again, I always point out the moon whenever it appears is the divine feminine. So making sure that you tap into the feminine power, which is your strength. And knowing that it seems like whenever this card comes up, it's about just remembering that you are guided. We do have that large spiritual self and team above us and around us all the time. So not asking for help is okay too. And they love that. So that would be my guidance. I think you're muted.
I was just sitting here talking and talking and talking. It's one of those days, Jason.
At least you're still in your seat.
I am for now. Yes, for now. All right. I was just eavesdropping here to see if I missed anything. Let's see. I don't think I did. So, by the way, we will probably, Jackie, go ahead and close questions for now. So, since we still have a few to go here, and I'm not sure if we'll get to everybody, but we'll do our best. So let me see. I had one that was interesting. And Jason, if you want to ask any follow ups, because this one is right to you. Jason, how do I fit in this dimension from Garnet?
That's a big question. I will say that, and I've mentioned this before, and this really isn't tapping into anything in particular, but the biggest thing to be aware of and realize right now that we're all here for a very important reason. In terms of fitting into a dimension, I would say that it's that we're now more than ever, we have there is an imperative, and this comes from spirit teams, other communities and guides, that we need to help with each other. We need to stay positive, and all of us who are here right now are here to do that and spread light, spread information. This is the time that we need to be learning about ourselves in terms of our spiritual infiniteness, that we are infinite beings, that we've had several lifetimes. And there's a lot going on in terms of, I feel like everyone here has, well, we all have abilities, but knowing that a lot of these abilities are becoming stronger and being switched online. So if you are aware of your abilities, which I have a sense you probably already are, just helping others around us that, I'm seeing clients who their abilities are being flipped on overnight, and it's overwhelming and it's shocking, and especially for people who may not necessarily be quote unquote believers in abilities. So just looking out for others, and so it's a responsibility for you, but it's also a responsibility for all of us, and likely everyone who's in this room right now watching. So. And that's general. I mean, the biggest, people ask what the meaning of life is, and it's to help each other. So just being here to support and help and show love and forgiveness. There's no time to hold on to negative emotions like hate, jealousy, greed, fear. It's time to let that all go. So I hope that helps.
I love that. Thank you. All right. And Garnet, I know you directed that question towards Jason, but I just decided to pull a card for you out of the Oracle of the Angels. Is the name of it. That got you the Inner Peace card. And just wanted to show this to you. Inner peace is just so important that we have in this lifetime, right? And the joy and the love that can, be fostered out of our hearts when we have that inner peace. So I definitely think you do fit in. So that's what I got. I just wanted to share that.
I'm getting the ping, like a little nudge. I feel like sometimes people ask that question also because they feel like they don't fit, and that is perfectly normal now too, that there are a lot of us who are here now that are not. This may be our first time on the earth, and we're here specifically to help raise vibrations. So forgiving ourselves and being patient with ourselves is really important. So if you do have that sense, why am I here? What's this all about? Why would I choose to come here? This doesn't make sense to me. I can't speak without doing hypnosis or anything else, but if you have that sense, there's probably a good chance that you've had very limited experiences here or none at all. So I felt the push to say that.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you did. All right. Viviani, are you still here? I was not seeing you in the chat for a little bit. I want to make sure you're here for your reading. And I know Morella, I know you're here. You'll go after Viviani. But Viviani wanted messages from her guides. Viviani is here, I believe. Yes. So the first thing I got here, Viviani, is the Page of Cups, and this one is about the page who is actually um, has the abundance, of love, but they're a little bit sensitive. So this can be, maybe you're going through a sensitive time in your life right now, and that's okay, because this is also about abundance. That's what the fish in the cup means. And just, knowing that your sensitivities are unique and they're for you, and then they're not something to be looked down on. Instead, they're to be honored and cherished, right? Because we get those from source. We can bring them into higher vibrations if they're in low vibrations. So I got that. And then I got the Six of Crystals, which is the same as the Six of Swords. So moving from one place to another. So I don't think this is physical. I think this is your thought patterns, because this is these swords, where the swords are our thoughts. So I'm thinking moving from one place to another, in your thoughts, thought patterns, and looking at your emotions as a good thing. I've just got your emotions are coming up for me, and keep, as Jason says, I keep getting pings about your emotions. And here you got the Strength card as your outcome. So that's a beautiful card to get for your outcome. You can see the rainbow for pride, and for the lion for pride, but not trying to get scrolled out. The Strength card, I think, is great for you for your emotions too, because it brings about the kindness and gentleness that I was talking about earlier. That you can actually, if you had like a lion type figure in your life, and you could actually, help tame that person. So just being honoring your emotions is what I've got. So that's where I'll leave it there.
Yeah, what I am getting is more emotional too. And I feel like the message is more that sometimes we forget that we are in our emotions, and this might be important for you right now, that sometimes we get so caught up in what we feel that we don't realize we can control that by just changing our thoughts, like Scott said. This, the letting go, the guardian of autumn. Obviously, we're not in autumn now, but fall is the period of transition, and letting go. Trees, obviously letting go of leaves, but symbolically, what emotions are you carrying with you that need to be let go right now? Which kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about, this is the time that we don't have time to be carrying around regrets or fears, or even not forgiving ourselves, because we are human. We're here to learn. So whether this is an emotion that you have that you're holding towards yourself in terms of regret, so there should be no regrets in the bigger scheme of things. So it looks like, through doing this, cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. So just knowing that doing this type of work and working with your emotions and letting go of the past and forgiving yourself will be a period of purification. And I get the sense, again, this is about finding pleasure. We're always so caught up in taking life too seriously, and just knowing that we're not perfect. We wouldn't be here if we were perfect, and just being easy on ourselves. So I feel like that's the main message for you today.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. And thank you, Viviani, for your question. Appreciate that. And I know Marilla's here, so we'll go ahead and get to Marilla. Any message from my husband, Reno? And if I don't have this incorrect, her husband passed away about a year ago, I believe. She just had the anniversary not long ago. So, any message from Reno? Okay, I'll go ahead and go with that's okay, Jason.
Absolutely.
So, Marilla, I pulled from the Talking to Heaven cards for you, and the first one that came to the front here is we have been together in dreams. So watch your dreams, look out for those, and that he's going to be appearing to you. And he may have already been appearing to you and just didn't remember the dream. So dream journals are always a great thing to have, or even using the voice memo on your phone. He wants to know that it is not your fault, so don't carry any guilt for anything. And he wants you to know how connected you are together. You're still connected. You always will be connected. And the final one I got is although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. It's got the puzzle pieces. Right now, you've only got one of those puzzle pieces. You don't have the other ones that's fitting together that makes you understand completely why he went and why he had to go at the time that he went. But you will eventually realize that and it'll all make sense to you. So there you go, Marilla, and lots of love and light to you.
Initially, I felt, I don't know if, I feel like on the surface he was kind of serious. I don't know if machismo resonates, but with friends and family, he was a kind of a jokester. I don't know, that I feel like there's like a sense of humor that's coming through. It might not have been something that everyone knew about, but for those who knew him, he did have this like light spirit to him. I feel like that the main message, and this one card usually comes up when spirit teams or loved ones want to. I know it's a powerful card, but usually it's about lighting a fire under your butt. I don't know why, but I feel like there's an aspect to this where it's, what's got those messages. Those were exactly what I was feeling in terms of that you're still connected. This isn't a goodbye. This is only a see you later, and that it's time to move forward, and that you holding on to lost loved ones through grief and sorrow and regret holds them here. So if anything, he's saying, can let me go. I'll still be with you. There will always be an aspect of me, which is probably hard to hear with it being so new, with it being a year since he's passed. But it's definitely a time to let go. I don't know if his death or passing was a natural passing. Yeah, I just feel like that there was obviously the death of a husband would be tumultuous, but I wonder if there's other things that were happening during that time, whether it be familial or relationships or just the conditions of how he passed. So it's kind of the thunderstorms moving on. So if anything, it's kind of confirming this is the time to really start focusing on you and healing. And it was interesting that Scott said about forgiveness and not your fault. Everything happens for a reason. We plan out when we're going to die, how we're going to die. So just knowing that it was the time that he was going to die, and that there's always, there's a lesson that we have to learn. in everything that we experience here. So, what did you take away from this experience that will help you in a positive way? About, it could be about the love that you had for him and cherishing that. So just trying to look at the bright side. And I feel like, I don't know if he plays jokes, but if he's a little bit of a prankster moving things, if you've noticed things moved around you, it seems like he would be the type. So thanks for your question.
Yeah, and she was saying that yes, that he seemed to have those characteristics. So I think you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a prankster, so I always seem to like tap into the jokers on the other side.
Yeah, she said, "Thank you so much, Jason. I was meant to be here today." Yep, absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I wanted to just stop for a second and go back to Garnet. Garnet, I see you're in the chat, and I wanted to add something to your question about not fitting in and feeling that you didn't fit in on this planet. I know I, for so long, did not feel like I fit in. And, there are times that I still feel like I don't fit in. And I think all of us as empaths, and if you're in this chat, you're probably an empath of some sort. And I'm just thinking that, it's okay to feel that way because we all feel that way. And that's why we're here as a community for each other. So I just wanted to say that to your comments.
I kind of want to add to that because I saw that too, that I think the feeling of not fitting in is fitting in here right now. So you're not alone. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of black sheeps around right now that feel like, why did I choose this? And it's just important to remember sometimes our purpose and our goal here is not necessarily to come to experience life, but to help others and to show people our light and our love and our forgiveness in order to help them move on. So even in the darkest of times, just keeping that light and love alive. And I've received this through sessions. That's what's important. And don't let others, it's their choice whether or not they choose to accept you for who you are, and the positivity. And if they don't, that's okay. It's not our responsibility to make them choose.
Yeah, absolutely. And welcome, Sharon Sipe. Good to see you. And let's see. Yeah, thanks for adding to that.
Yeah.
That's for you, Garnet. So I hope you can, that resonates with you. Let me see. How about Beck? I know Beck is here. I saw you in the chat just a second ago. I have a message for the week from my guides.
It's going to be a good week.
That's great.
The end.
That's how you got right now. That's awesome. Thank you, Jason.
If you like a reading, come to my website. No, honestly, I'm being honest. Honestly, I'm being honest. This is going to be a good week. The bee spirit, prosperity. So things are going to be coming in line for you. Just remembering that it's not necessarily abundance financially, but it could be in other ways, love, career, even spirit. So just keeping faith and focus, and that's going to happen. It's really interesting about this card, and this is kind of a little side nudge. I had a client who was a fairy in a past lifetime, and she said that fairies love bumblebees because they bring pollen to their numerous parties all the time. It was a really cool lifetime, but I just think it's very fitting that it's a fairy riding the bee, which again, I guess that's about abundance. Fairies, they're always partying. So Just keeping that in mind. Happiness. And I would like to point out dolphins are multi-dimensional beings who are here to help and guide us. So it's not just about, SeaWorld or anything like that. This most likely be prosperity in terms of spirituality, and opening yourself up to possibly enhancing your abilities or tapping into others. And then vast vistas, expanding your horizons. So it'll be a good week. Expansion, prosperity. So I hope I have the same. So
Thank you. All right. And that was great, Jason. I got pretty much the same thing. You're going to have a good week as well. You got harmony. So be in harmony with other people. And I'm thinking animals as well. I can't remember if you have any animals or not, Beck, but I think that they could bring you joy this week. And I pulled the mindfulness card for you. So just being mindful of the direction that you're going with your life, and just like Jason said, just moving forward. And then I got the third eye chakra. So this is all about meditation in my mind, and just having some hermit like time that you can go and find the light there and find what you really need to go forward with in meditation is what I'm thinking. So
I wouldn't hug a gorilla, but
what's that?
Jackie said hug a gorilla.
Oh, I was wondering why you're laughing. I'm like, what did I do?
No, sorry.
No, that's the Jack. We'll blame it on Jackie.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, but Beck, yeah, I think this would be a good time for meditation for you and for mindfulness and harmony, and just keep going because I think you're on the right track. You are going to have an awesome week. So, yeah, there we go. And thank you for being here and always being so positive. I appreciate you. All right. So let's see if we can get one here from Jason's channel. Here we go. We got Evelyn. Okay, can you tell me love will come in for me? Recently, a lot of readers have been telling me about him. Okay. I'll go ahead and take the lead here. I got some cards. Evelyn, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. First card I got is the Chariot, and this is just for you to push forward by yourself. And this is just for this is the present card, right? So right now, your advice is to keep going and just focus on you, because you also got the Strength card. You got three majors, in fact. So this is a major thing happening for you, I think, and to you. So I do think that there's somebody coming in, but I think your guys really want you to focus on yourself right now, your self care, self love, and the shadow work a little bit because you got the moon card. So this is all about, your dreams, and then it can be about illusions that you might have or fears that you might have. So you might need to sit with those for a little while. And that's what I got there. And let me pull an oracle card for you. Yeah, you got goddess. So treat yourself like a goddess, right? So make sure you're doing that, and you know how powerful you are and what you deserve. Write down your order. Write your order out to the universe on, what you would like in someone else, and allow the expectations to fall away so that that can come in at the appropriate time. Okay, so that's what I got there for you. I hope that resonates. I'm sure Jason's got more for you here.
Yeah, I kind of feel. I'll put this up first. I do feel like there is an element that you do need to be discerning. Sometimes I don't know. I'll put up this too. Freedom. So I wouldn't rely on too much on what people, readers tell you in terms of who it's going to be. Granted, there could be qualities, but also remembering that we have the freedom to manifest who we want to come into our life, and a lot of that happens through, like Scott said, the self-work and the self-empowerment and treating yourself like a goddess, like he said. So sometimes we look to others to feel complete, but it's also that we have to be complete in order for others to manifest and come to us. So especially those that we're supposed to come across. So this other card actually just kind of popped up for me. So this is a time for purification and grounding into clearing away, letting go of the old, and just opening yourself up to possibilities. And I mean, regardless of what the specific person comes into your life, just knowing that things will happen when they will come and at the right time, and just being open, and not, because we sometimes get so focused on one person, one idea, that we miss the bigger picture and the bigger, someone else who we might be meant to cross paths with, if that makes sense. So I think it's a positive message that there is someone coming, but just, be open. It may not necessarily be who you expect.
That's great. Thank you, Jason. All right. Take that down. And one here that I wanted to look at. Christy, are you still here? Let me know if you're here, Christy. And then Michaela, let me know if you're here as well. We'll get you afterwards. So if you both can just let me know there. Everybody's still on the gorillas with you and Jackie. I didn't even know what you were talking about at first. And then, the card. Okay. Give me a minute. Still waiting to see here. Yes, Christy is here. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of drawn to your question there, Christy. You asked my guys how to find some like-minded friends. Okay. And what I'd like to do, if it's okay, I just wanted to say, first of all, like, I know when I had my spiritual awakening and I went into tarot and learned about tarot, there was a time when I just didn't have people around me, and that normally was fine for me because I'm not one that needs people around me a lot. I'm kind of a hermit myself. So but there was a gap there, and I had a reader that I went to and paid for a reading, and I was asking a question about something totally different, and all of a sudden she just looked at me and she said, "You need to find your tribe, and you need to ask spirit to bring your tribe to you." And I was like, okay. And I actually just took about 5 minutes that night and did a meditation and just said, if you want to bring a couple people in, for me, universe, that would be wonderful if you did that. And not only did that come to fruition, it was called Tarot-thon, and I ended up meeting a whole community of people, and it was the next night. It was the next night that happened. So manifest what you want, and one of those is Jackie, by the way. And so manifest what you want, and the people that you want. And there's a great community here for you, Christy, too. Just saying. So I just wanted to say that. That's my little spiel that I got, that I was drawn to say to you. So.
Oh, I'm answering too? Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure, if you want to.
I didn't know if that was Scott specific. Yeah, I mean, not going off of any tapping in type stuff. I mean, I totally agree with Scott. It's like I did go through the process because I was a QHHT practitioner only, right before COVID, and then that happened, and you can only do that in person, and it was just like, what do I do? And I asked for help. It came in a form of a person who got me online and doing all this, and it was not what I expected. So just having the faith that, you can ask for help and it will come to you. And the online community is great. So if you are in an area, I'm in an area that isn't particularly open-minded and all that. Online is a great way. And even though it's not in person, I've even had spirit teams say, there's a reason why you have the internet. It's not all bad. We can connect with each other from all over the world, and we're all one. So just keeping that in mind. In terms of the reading, it does seem like obviously you're looking for, you can't really see this. It's a dragonfly spirit. So this is a time probably of important change for you, and just being able to see that your tribe that you've had or been running with probably isn't the best for you in terms of your goals and where you want to end up, I guess would be the way to put it. I think that this is just a confirmation that it is time to release those old relationships and to surround yourself with like-minded people, like you said. And knowing that your guides are there to support you. It's also, sometimes they give us, a lot of times they give us nudges to do something. So if you get that intuition, like, yeah, maybe I should do this group, or maybe I should join this, or maybe I should do that, to trust that's probably your guides trying to help you. So just being open to that and letting yourself go into the flow, that, trusting that everything will be fine. And it's important to do this type of work and letting go of, relationships that are not positive and don't serve you. And it's a choice for yourself. So it's really important that you're doing this and even asking that question. So I hope that helps.
Awesome. All right, Michaela, I saw you were here, and I hope that resonated with you. I appreciate you being here, and we'll jump to Michaela now. But thank you, Christy. Thanks for being here. I don't know if you've been to my channel before, but welcome. So let's see. Michaela would like a general reading. Hi, Starhawk. Welcome on Jason's channel there.
Thank you for coming. Sorry, I was reading about using super glue and getting fingers stuck together.
Is that that has to be ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even see it. I knew it was ocean.
A couple years I went camping and someone had some super glue and I had flip flops. One of them broke and I tried using the super glue and my finger got glued to the flip flop. So I walked around for several hours trying to find something to try to detach my finger from the flip flop. There's pictures and they won't be shared, but yeah, I have the same luck with super glue. Wow.
Right. Kayla, what I got is for your general reading, the first thing I got was the Ace of Swords, which is awesome. This is clarity, and you just having your thoughts under control. Right. So I see that things are going smoothly for you. Right now, you may come up. This is the advice card. You got the Four of Pentacles. You got this kind of greedy looking guy who's holding all his pentacles and looks like he's not willing to share with anything or anybody. So I think your message or advice would be to maybe give to someone, and maybe that can be through your speech, through your thoughts, communication, right, as well. So maybe communicating with other people and letting them know how much you care about them, and just being open about your feelings. And that's what I'm thinking there. And then the outcome, you got the devil. So I'm thinking that maybe this is your ego coming in the way of your thoughts and your thought patterns, and maybe just a new way of looking at things would be good. So I pulled a clarifier because I didn't want to leave you on the devil there, even though all cards are not, just bad. They have good in them as well. The good thing about the devil is you can break free of the chains that are there, and the chains are not that tight. They're very easy to take off, and then you've got a great transformation that can happen. And I got the Page of Wands for your clarifier. This is the free spirit, and I can just see you just kind of like, being free and being out by the ocean. And I don't know if the ocean is a place where you find comfort, but finding a place that you feel comfort with there. And it could be in your home. I'm thinking of pets again as well. But just finding a place where you can be yourself, and not worrying about the little bumps that are coming, but instead just be pure in your thoughts and just keep going. I think you are on the right track as well. Just make sure your ego is not governing all your thoughts, that you're having time that you can change those thoughts into good things. Right, so that's what I got for you, Michaela.
So I saw someone ask why I said wow. I didn't even realize I said wow until like I feel like that you're like a really powerful healer, whether or not you're aware of that. And it could be possibly whether it's an ability that you haven't tapped into enough or expanded enough. But when I saw Scott's card in terms of the greed, I'm wondering if that's that you do have this ability that needs to be shared with the world in a sense. So it might not necessarily be material, but expanding that. It may be your calling, and a lot of us here now are healers, and it's just like the cards. Healing, healing, healing. So we have the bear spirit, which is also, a sign of protection and strength and grounding. So it might be a suggestion that this might be a time for you to also direct some of that healing to yourself, that you are aware and you do have that intuition and what you need to do in order to feel more grounded. Mystic healer, healing energy flows through you. I don't see this card very often, so there's something there for you in that. So I just wonder to what extent you are aware of that. I'm going to hold these up together, actually. And having patience and love for yourself, getting that edge again, that we tend to be harder on ourselves that we need to be. It's okay to, we're not perfect. Again, this is all coming back again around to me in terms of we can't hold on to regrets and fears and just to stand in our truth. So just being patient with yourself, being patient with the process, loving yourself. So I'm really curious about the healing aspect. It was just like, damn. So.
Something. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
Sometimes they pop up and I know that I'm supposed to pick them up. So this definitely could be a time of enlightenment for you. So maybe, like Scott said, breaking the chains of the past and stepping into who you are. So
awesome. But the messages you shared are perfect, Scott and Jason.
Wow.
For processing coming out of my shell. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was like, poof. You're a powerful healer. Go for it. Don't be afraid.
All right, absolutely.
The world needs you.
Yeah, absolutely, Michaela. And thank you for being here and your question. I appreciate you. I'm just wondering if Serena, if you're here, if you can let me know. And then I did see Aaron in the chat, so I'll go ahead and put Aaron's up, and then Serena, let me know if you're here, and we'll get yours next.
Mm-hmm. I guess the message isn't necessarily about finding someone to help you stop, or to stop me from feeling negative. Like, the message is always about we kind of choose what we feel, and even though particularly in anger and other emotions and feelings, or feeling negative, that we don't have any control over that. And from the spiritual approach, it would be more about looking at why we choose to stay with a particular feeling or emotion, and kind of, it's a matter of our own, it's kind of our own responsibility how we feel and taking action. So if you don't, this is the spiritual message, if you don't want to feel negative, then take action and find ways to change that for yourself. Essentially, spirit can't interfere in our lives. So they can't like step in and suddenly make a, you know, someone who's feeling negative feel positive unless if it helps them on their path in the best way possible. But there is a law of non-interference that does exist. So just keeping in mind that they can't come in and completely switch our life path. The crystal cave, in terms of trust, this goes in with just trusting that they're there to support you. But it's also a matter of taking responsibility for our choices and what we choose to feel. Again, I completely understand that sometimes we get caught up in the moment and it's like, why is everything so negative? Why is everything falling apart? But knowing and trusting that there's a higher plan in place that we don't necessarily see right away, especially if we're at the focus or the brunt of it. So just keeping that trust and knowing that they are there to support you, and knowing that you can change that yourself, and being in the flow. So this came back again. So just having that trust and things are going to go the way that you want. And if you know, ultimately we can manifest what we want. If we want to become positive, ask for that assistance, and but also just be aware of thoughts and actions and how we relate to the world. And sometimes this can be that this goes back to the black sheep type of feeling, like, why is everyone around me so horrible and terrible? Tapping into our love and knowing that we're here to help, and kind of embracing that. So that was a lot.
That's awesome.
I hope that helps.
That's awesome. I got, some of the same. The first card I drew for you, Aaron, was the Queen of Cups. And this is very interesting because this is the empath card, right? So this is about being an empath. So I feel like you are an empath. And what I feel like is happening is you are taking on negative feelings from other people. That when you step into another room or wherever you go, I feel like you're picking up on a lot of those things that are negative. So the next one you got is the Seven of Stars. This is Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is all about patience. And so just developing your patience in being patient with yourself and knowing that you can have boundaries, right? To keep out those negative feelings from coming and latching onto you, and instead just be carefree. And the you know outcome here is the Page of Crystals, which is the Page of Swords, sorry. And this is about seeing things clearly and learning as well. The pages are learners. And so there's a lot for you to learn on how to master your emotions. I know one of the things that helped me, because I'm a very highly sensitive person and empath as well, and I pick up on the energy of others just all the time. I especially did, when I was younger and a young adult as well. The one thing that helped me was to go online and find on YouTube even, and there's great spiritual teachers. Christina Lopes is my favorite, probably that I found, and she was the first that helped me. And the last name is Lopes, and she's just fantastic about going in and realizing your empathic abilities, and that you're being an empath and taking on the feelings of others can actually be a superpower. So it's a whole thing. And I just think, hope that you'll give this a try and just realize that this is a gift, and give yourself time, and give yourself patience and time, and be kind to yourself in the meantime. So that's what I got.
I also feel the ping. We are in a time when energies are getting stronger. So, there really isn't a positive or negative on the other side, from the spiritual perspective. But in my practices in hypnosis and working with spiritual teams, I have had to come across some, clients who were told by like psychics and mediums that they were surrounded by negativity, and to beware. But then in the session, it came through that these people, these are light, and we are in a time where there is this kind of, I don't want to characterize it as a war between good and, you know, the light and darkness, but the darkness is building strength just as well as the light is. So if we perceive it like negativity, it's, you know, kind of the human nature, but knowing that there are elements of you and aspects of you that are light, and just because you're attracting all these malevolent energies and you know, darker energies and situations and environments, that it's because you have that light within you. So I don't know if that helps at all too.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree completely. Let's see here. I believe Natalie is still here. We'll go to Natalie, and then I didn't see Scorpio Mama. If you're still here, please let me know. And Sonia and Noor, please let me know if you're here. Okay, so we'll go to Natalie next. Any messages from my guides? I feel, Natalie, that you've been giving a little bit too much maybe lately, and that I know there's a situation with your husband, and I just want you to take care of yourself. This is about giving, but the scales are, if you see right here, they're a little uneven, and I just think that you're giving a lot when you need to focus on yourself as well. And I got that from the seven. Your advice card was the Seven of Wands, and if you look at her, she's feeling overwhelmed, right? She's got all these wands coming at her, and feels just out of place, and like, you know, okay, what's going on? Am I being attacked here? It's like a, you know, a lot of tension building up. Anxiety is what I'm feeling is happening, and the way for you to get around that is just to um, build joy and success. And I know it's not that easy. I was reading the comments, and it's not that easy to just choose to be happy. But what you can do is you can have emotions, you know, and change your emotions that you're going to be in a higher vibration and ask for help to be in a higher vibration. And I know that those weren't your comments or anything. I just wanted to add that. And that's how you can be in a better state to take care of yourself and then to take care of other people as well. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself, and you're just recognizing the radiance within you, and that you have the power to be strong and to be, you know, the badass woman that I know you are, to go through all this stuff and to come out even stronger than how you went in. So that's what I got for you, Natalie. It's,
Yeah. I like this card. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. I like looking at it. Toadstools. So this is all about that there's something that lies beneath that's been, you know, developing for a long time, in positive ways. So, you know, on the outside we see the, you know, the kind of the, I don't know, fungus, But if we look deeper, there is that, the cycle of life and growth and rebirth, and also times of change. So, kind of meshing with what Scott was saying, obviously he knows you better than I do. This is a time of kind of breaking ground, I guess would be a good way to put it. And a time of transformation for you. So knowing that, in every battle, thick and thin, that we somehow are affected, that we can either choose to keep us back, hold us back, or to move forward and, let our wings emerge and fly. So, and like I said, that it's kind of our choice whether, we choose to learn from something, or, we let that hold us back. What I think always point out with this card is it is the Phoenix, but it's not about death. So it's about transformation. So, moving forward with new tools and new ways of looking at life and ourselves is part of the process too. Again, another cards popping out at me. This is a time to step into your power, that you are strong beyond measure. So having faith in yourself and trust in yourself during this time, and knowing that it's ultimately going to make us stronger people in the end. Even though that sounds kind of cliche, but that's what came through. And also flexibility. I think this is more in terms of being patient, that, that growth does happen. Toadstools take a long time to grow. So it's just having faith in the process and knowing that, you have the strength and the perseverance to go through what you are dealing with at the present moment.
Awesome. Great message. Thank you, Jason. All right. Thank you, Natalie, for being here. I appreciate you. I'll take that down. And I know all three of the people who I asked who had the questions left are all three here. So I will go and we'll do Serena's, who is Scorpio Mama. Love reading, and I met a woman online. All right. Take a look here.
I need to step away for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Oops. Wrong button.
All right, so Serena, I'll go ahead with mine that I got here. I've got the Queen of Wands, so it seems like this is a confident woman that you've met, and a very independent person as well. And I do think that there's a possibility for friendship, maybe something more than that. Um, just make sure that you have your boundaries, and that you know make sure that you know this person before you take it to the next step. Get to be friends, and just try to nurture the friendship first. So I've got, because you also got the Ace of Swords, which is clarity. So this keeps coming up today, so this may be something for the collective to look at as well, but it's for you, Serena, here to just have clarity and make sure that you're sure before you go any further into, maybe a relationship, something like that, that you have the clarity that you're doing the right thing, and that it makes sense, right? That it makes sense, and it's a 50-50 or 100-100. I like to think of it, but it means the same thing. Make sure you're both equal and you both feel the same, because you can want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with you as much as you want to be with them, but it's not healthy to do that. So make sure that it's 100-100, and I think you'll have a good friendship at the very least. So this could be something else great that's happening, so we'll see. That's what I've got for you.
I guess, uh, yeah, my sense is similar in just in being discerning. I think the first card here, the rejuvenating rain, about clearing the past and healing the present. So I think this is just in terms of having kind of a, I don't want to say clean slate, but going into this in terms of what the relationships you've had in the past. I don't want to. I'm not sure how to put this. It's easy to idealize someone who we haven't met in person, and there is a type of energy that is established and a knowingness. So it's not to say that this isn't this. I mean, actually, my feeling is that this is a good possibility for you and for the woman. So, but I there is a little bit of caution, and I think that's also supported by just the Guardians of the Land, which is about protection. Keeping your, if you have spirit animal, this is the elk in the background. Just using your judgment and your intuition along the way is what's going to be important. But ultimately, it seems like this is a good opportunity for you.
Awesome. Alrighty. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Serena, for being here and for your question. I hope that helped. And we will go to Noah. All right, will I win my degrees appeal? Should I go for it? You're welcome, Scorpio Mama.
Only when I don't shuffle enough, and then I put a card back in, and then I shuffle, and then the same card comes out. It's kind of like a.
Yeah, that's a confirmation.
It's like it's almost like don't interfere.
Slap on the hand.
Yeah. Bad Jason. Interestingly, this card is coming up again, so I don't know if you were here earlier, but this is about the fire spire energy. It's all about lighting the fire under your butt. So yes, 100%. Go for it, and don't be afraid. Don't look back. That knowing just that you're supported in what you're doing. I don't fully understand what a degree's appeal is, but apparently your spirit team's like, yes, 100%. And this is all positive. The miracles came out twice. So just having faith at knowing that what needs to happen and what you ideally want to manifest will happen for you. Double rainbow is always a good marker of prosperity and what you need in order to move forward in the best way possible. So just having faith in that. And also following your bliss. So knowing that you're on the right path, you're on the right track, you're following, your life path and what you need to do to get where the lessons you need to learn and everything else that you've set out for yourself. So, yes, go for it.
Awesome. And Nor, I got the same thing. I got that this is a pretty tense situation for you. What's going on? And I think you had a question about it some time ago on my channel, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that though. But Five of Crystals just saying that this is an anxious time for you and for other people, and you feel like you have a lot of decisions, that you have to make. And the best advice for this is the advice card for the Seven of Cups, is just to make a decision. And so I agree with Jason that it would be a good time for you to go and to go for it again for the appeal. And then you got the Eight of Stars, which Eight of Pentacles. This means hard work will pay off. So the more you're diligent with it, the more that good things are going to happen. This is something good coming in, good messages. This is going to be good paperwork. So yeah, I think that there is definitely room for something good to come in, and you may be overdue for it, but just hang in there. So that's what I got for you. All right. Let's see. My uni degree is being downgraded, which has been done wrongly. Yeah, yeah. I would go for that appeal. Definitely. That's what I'm feeling. Been advised to. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Nor. All right. So we got one left here, and I think that one that's kind of directed at both of us. Then one for you, Jason.
Yeah.
Sonia, I hope you're here. I'm pretty sure you are. So we'll get to you now. And thanks for waiting so long, all of you. So I'll go ahead and answer this first part, and then let Jason take the first and the second there. Let me put myself in the hot seat here. All right. So about what's coming up, I'll give you my thoughts there, Sonia. Again, here's the same card that I just pulled for the person before you for New War. Yeah, the Seven of Cups. So this is a lot of decisions that have to be made, and it can be confusion. You can see the clouds, the smoke, the making it hazy as to what kind of decision you need to make. So I think that you just need to make that decision. It'll become clearer. Your advice card is to be who you are, be the true, woman that you are, and or person. And these cards are not gender specific. So, but this is about the Queen of Wands, who's very independent and confident in all that they do. So just realizing that you have that within you. You have that superpower to be confident and to be secure with who you are and moving forward. Okay. And then for your outcome, you've got the God or King of Pentacles. And this is the one who has everything he needs because he's worked for it. So it's like the Eight of Pentacles is, getting the reward and recognition. But this is more about a state of being because of the type of person that you are. You're going to come into a lot of great things. And this can be material things that you'll know how to, spread them around and to help other people as well. But this is just a good luck card for real. So I think you have some good things coming up. And yeah, that's what I got for you. So I'm sure Jason has some more here.
Let's see. Past lives. That's a little bit trickier. I usually take some time for me to do. I mean, my and especially listening to Scott, it's probably a really good chance that your life path and your lesson here is about stepping into your power and empowerment. I do feel like this is something that you've done over several lifetimes, and that this is, just generally speaking, a lot of us, like I've said, are healers, and we've had numerous pretty brutal lifetimes for, being powerful healers and seers and other abilities. So just taking comfort that there's no reason at this present time that there's nothing to be afraid of, that you can step into your power and embrace who you are. And especially if it's your life path or life lesson, which I kind of feel like that is, that if you don't want to come back and do it again, this is a good time to take advantage of that, because it will happen. And especially if it's a repeating pattern throughout several lifetimes. And granted, in the past, the burnings and tortures and everything else, or being accused of being a witch or anything else like that, was a social issue. But now it's more just, we don't have anything to fear. So just knowing that that what Scott was saying is what I was kind of picking up on too. In terms of the cards, the water spirit, so manifesting your dreams. Again, this is all about empowerment and stepping into your power and not being afraid, and knowing that you have the knowledge and the courage and the strength to do what you need to do in order to move forward. Navigating by the stars, following your bliss. This is what kind of gave me an inkling in terms of that this isn't your first time doing this in terms of lifetimes. So just being aware that now is your time. And ultimately, it's about having fun and recognizing we don't have to take life too seriously. So this is kind of the other side of the coin. It's like, I think that once we release a lot of traumas, especially from past lives, there's this tremendous amount of relief. So, which includes, standing into your power and not being afraid and releasing fear. That life is so much easier when we do that. It's incredible. So I just, now is the time. So I hope that helps.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason, for doing the questions with me. I think they were awesome messages that you had. So thank you. And thank you, Sonia, for being here with us and your question. And that's the last one we had. So you do have a lot coming up, Jason. What's coming up at the quickest that we can catch you on?
I'm going to be with Kevin's Loving Vibrations, second week of July, and Kevin Lewis, probably I'm going to be doing a show with him, and July is going to be busy. So definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Linda G. from Intuitive View, so there's going to be a lot. And I've just started offering readings, psychic and mediumship readings on my website, so you're more than welcome to take a look and visit. My website's jasonqhht.com. And I have some other services, spiritual counseling, and all that information is below. So I think that's about it. We're going to do, Kevin Lewis and I are going to do a hypnosis workshop that's virtual online. We've done several in the past. This one's coming up at the end of July. It will be about working with your inner child. So it will be a combination of like a guided meditative hypnosis that I'll be doing, and then we'll be both kind of tapping into that. So I think we're going to post that in a couple weeks. So be sure to sign up when you get the chance. I'll announce that on YouTube as well. So that's it.
Awesome. That's great. And I'm doing the Tuesday tarot spreads tonight. If you guys want to join, it'll be at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to do some 3-card spreads. So I know a lot of you like to do that. So we'll be doing that tonight. And then tomorrow for Pride Day, I'm going to do my coming out story. So that one I'm a little nervous about, but I'm sure you guys will be there to support me. So I appreciate that. But that is all that I have. So again, Jason, thank you so much for coming and being part of the show.
Yeah.
And thank you everybody for coming and your questions, and just for the people in chat and the moderators who did such a great job. So thank you everybody, and we'll go ahead and say goodbye for now.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone.
All right, bye-bye.